Hello, hello, and welcome, my Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 7-card draw shadow read for this new moon, full moon in Aquarius, waning to the new moon in Leo, right? Always opposite signs. I'm your reader, Angelo, Lyons, and this Gemini energy already has me going in different directions. Angelo, Lyons, professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, the Archangel of Lyons, Angelo, Lyons, but you can call me Mal-El. And the universe did me a solid today and gave me a Superman spit curl without me trying to do it. Right? Let's hope with the amount of product in it, it doesn't pluck my eye out. That being said, let's get down to business. We are doing a 7-card draw, meaning 1 card from 7 different decks. We've got 2 tarot, 2 healing systems, 3 oracles to get you the clues, tips, and hints about a specific timeline. We are looking at the full moon in Aquarius on Friday, July 23rd, 10:37 p.m. Eastern. I am in New York. Please don't make me do math. I don't have that superpower off the top of my curly-haired head. A waning moon read, letting go, reducing, think boop, 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 right? To the new moon in Leo. On Sunday, 8/8. Yes, I know about 8/8. I was there when it was discovered in the 80s, and when it hit the new age, before the internet, that thing still spread like crazy. 9:50 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. It is a general read. You know the rules of tarot on YouTube by now. If you're following my channel, I bet you do. So I'm going to do the best that I can to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace from my pantheons of the divine through these decks of cards to help you let go, release, alchemize, transform, forgive. You know, not the easiest thing in the world. And I really love these decks that I'm working with, so I hope you do too. Now, if you'd like to book me for a private reading, it's easy enough to do. I don't reach out to clients. Clients reach out to me. The witch never goes to your house. You have to go to the witch. It's just how it has always worked, right? You gotta find your way through the woods. But all you gotta do is find me on social media. Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Angelo, Lyons, Holbrook, New York, Facebook. Send me a message and we'll set something up. We can do a Zoom thing. If you have Zoom, you can record it on your end. If not, I can record it on mine and send it to you. I do like the face-to-face conversations. But the highest quality I have found, though not recordable, is on a Facebook video call. I've been iffy with Instagram video call, but, you know, we'll see if that changes now that Facebook owns it. That being said, both feet on the floor if you can. Focus on your breath, if you will, my beloved Geminis. And I will do the same to get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can. Cool? Oh, one other thing. Blessing cords, you know, I've been wearing them for weeks now doing these because I'm in circle when I wear this. It's just how it is. It's a long story. So let's get into yours. Please take a nice deep breath. Ding, there we go. I call upon my collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, and the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. Please, what is the dominant archetype, soul pattern being alchemized from lead to gold, shadow to light, pain to peace, toxic to healthy, in the 8th chakra for the Gemini Collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video. There we go. Receiving this reading from this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo. Ooh, the Femme Fatale. There are 9 families of archetypes, groupings, categories. I learned this through Carolyn Mace. She calls them families. I'm running with that. You'd think the Femme Fatale would be the feminine family of archetype. It's not. It's a wild card family, ones that don't fit, in other words, in other groups, other families. So this is completely gender neutral. And the shadow and the light here, if you think of this is the lead, this is the gold. Lead has 3 more atoms than gold on the periodic table. I know, I thought it would have been the other way around, right? The gold would have more atoms. No, right? So 3 atoms have to be released, transformed, burnt off, but matter can't be created or destroyed, only changed, transformed, and that is definitely what shadow work is. Now, I really have to find the video. If I can find the video for free, Debbie Ford's The Shadow Effect. I think Hay House produced it. Really good, like a really good visual, almost like The Secret but darker, but in a really, really healing good way. And blessed be Debbie Ford, wherever you are. She crossed over a bunch of years ago, but like her work has really helped a lot of people heal themselves, right? Doing the work that only they can do for themselves. So this femme fatale archetype in its shadow, inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power. The light highlights the erotic energy of the feminine. That's not the female, of the feminine, the yin, right? That's why I prefer the Taoist language on that than the Western, right? Because otherwise it's about body parts. Opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. Now, as an 8th chakra archetype, this can be you. This could be someone else you are dealing with. But if that is the case, then it's about the lesson. The situation that you are in is teaching you something about this. And it may have chemistry with another archetype within you if you do not have the femme fatale for a reason, season, or lifetime. But it could be you too. And sometimes it can be all of that with the side of femme fatale for eyes. So let's build on this. Healing with the Angels Oracle. Who are the angels to call upon? Well, you know, the romance card just popped, but I gotta say the prayer first. Sorry. I'm a Virgo. That's how it works with me. But, you know, it would make sense with that, and maybe we'll keep that in mind as well, right? So please take a nice deep breath. Just say the prayer mark. Ask and it is given, right? Seek and ye shall find, as I call upon the angels and archangels of air and the sign of Gemini, the Raphaelites, the direction of the east powers of air, please. There you are. What? Oh, who are the healing angels? Just waiting in the wings, with wings, for this Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign watching this video, receiving this reading, that all they need to do is call upon, think about, read about, connect with in some way, shape, or form to help them alchemize this femme fatale archetype, however it's appearing in their life, this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo. Harmony. So I'm going to say, even if there is a romantic thing here, you can call upon the healing angels of romance and harmony, because harmony is one of the key words in the heart chakra. If you read Carolyn Mace's Anatomy of the Spirit, she talks about the heart chakra, and in that book she takes the 7 chakras and aligns them with the 7 levels in the Kabbalistic tree of life. That was my introduction into the Kabbalah, and you know, other than for the healing energetic parts of it, you know, it's too deep to go in. I would never come out if I started studying that stuff. So the sphere, there are 10 spheres, 7 levels. If you look at the 10 of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite deck, it's in the shape of the Kabbalistic tree of life. There's only one, right? Some of them, some chakras have 2. Heart chakra has 1, and that's Tiferet, harmony and balance, right? So emotional balance in that case. So keep an eye out for inappropriate use of sensuality, not necessarily sexuality, sensuality, and attachment to money and power, because if this is highlighting the erotic energy of the feminine that is highly magnetic, not just magnetic, think of it as like a super magnet, right? A super magnet. I didn't even realize I was doing that. And opens your heart when your dependency is rejected. There's a big shadow work payoff there, right? To open your heart and find the love that only you can give you, even if you are dealing with a femme fatale. So to call upon the healing angels of harmony. I call to the healing angels of harmony, help me do the shadow work that needs to be done, that I may come into harmony and balance within myself to start with, right? Daughters of the Moon Tarot. Let's see what's going on within yourself. If the femme fatale is the 8th chakra dynamic, this will be crown, third eye, throat, and heart. Usually I say that the other way around. I'm trying. It'll take me a week. What's going on in there that you need to be aware of, because with that card of harmony and femme fatale, though it definitely has some root chakra energy in it, I can feel it. Let's look at what's going on, particularly in the heart. No kickers today. Please take a nice deep breath. All right, my goddesses of air. And the sign of Gemini, the twins, please. One card in clarity for the Gemini collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, what do they need to be aware of within their spiritual power, mental power, willpower, and emotional power, the crown, third eye, throat, and heart dynamics, their internal world, their yin-internal world, and certainly we're highlighting the erotic energy of the feminine through an open heart that is free, you know, not dependent, but free. It'd be very alluring, very magnetic. What is that they need to be aware of within themselves? This full moon in Aquarius, waxing to new in Leo. Interesting. Seven of Pentacles in this deck. Appraisal, which is about assigning value. Now, appraisal and estimation are similar but not exactly the same. So when you hear self-esteem, that's self-estimation. It is a verb, right? And that shifts and changes with us. And it's not something you have or don't have. It's a skill that takes development and really connected to your intuition. Carolyn Mace talks about that too. If you can find self-esteem your most important resource or something like that, I think you'll dig it. It's probably on YouTube. But appraisal, like if you buy a house, or you're gonna buy a house or a car or a piece of jewelry, and you want to have somebody who's an expert look at it, well, then this is really about looking inside of yourself and appraising the value, your own value. Because if there is an inappropriate use of sensuality, attachment to money and power, attachment to money and power doesn't mean you can't want it. Who doesn't? Right? And power takes many forms, right? But if it's an unhealthy attachment to it, right? Sort of like a false idol, a false god, an addiction to money, which, think about that. Think of how addicted we are as a society to money. When we don't have it, well, we want to make a withdrawal, but we can't. To really understand your own worth and really appraise. Like if you just stop, this is so good for shadow work, just whatever you've been through, just look back objectively and look at all you've been through, all that you have survived. It'll show you your strength. And that strength that got you through that is not your ego, it's not your personality, it's the soul, the higher self, the spirit. You get what I'm saying, hopefully. But this is very much, you know, Pentacles isn't always about physical form. It can be about the wisdom you got from the experience within physical form. So bringing that into balance, into harmony, it's lovely. Lovely read. I mean, this doesn't mean it's going to be easy. You know, simple need not imply easy, says the Course in Miracles, or at least that's where I learned it. So to really not have a good, hard look at yourself, but really with a more open, loving, balanced heart, the angels will help you do that, right? Maybe work with you in the third eye with that element of air to really choose to see the truth of what's going on in your heart there, of how strong you are, to really open your heart and maybe give yourself the approval and the acceptance that only you can give you. What's this look like on the outside? We've got the Mythic Tarot, which represents, well, the gods of my pantheon, but also in this spread, the lower three chakras, the physical world dynamic, or something affecting the root, sacrum, and solar plexus chakras. So this way we'll have the 8th completed all the way down through the root chakra, which is how you manifest stuff. For sure. Manifestation goes from 8th chakra to root chakra. Healing and shadow work goes from root chakra to 8th chakra. It's just how it is. So this can be you from the outside looking in, or you from the inside looking out at something in the physical, and only you can know that. The general read, shall we? Here we go. A lot of energy, but I have to say, for Gemini, not overly chaotic. I like it. Breathe. So here we go. I call upon my god of air and the sign of Gemini, beloved Hermes, staring at the back of my head. Please, one card in clarity, my beloved messenger of the gods, gods of liars, gamblers, and thieves. And boy, those Geminis, woo! Good luck. Please, one card in clarity for the Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. What do they need to be aware of, beloved messenger? You to who no door is barred or gate bolted. With this Femme Fatale in the 8th chakra, harmony, the healing angels of harmony, ready, willing, and able to assist and help heal. And the 7 of Pentacles, of that appraisal within themselves. This full moon in Aquarius, waning to new in Leo. The Lovers. I know, the romance card came out, I didn't forget. But that, you know, to bring yourself into harmony, you're going to have to make a life-changing decision. Yeah, the Lovers card doesn't always mean romance and love. It doesn't. At least not the way I was trained, right? And the way I experience it to be, regardless. What are the risks of falling in love? You have a major life-changing decision in front of you. And can you make it with an open heart, a clear mind, and an empowered decision for all involved? And that's what we see here in the Lovers. We see Aphrodite, Athena, and Hera at the Judgment of Paris. Now, it's not the city, it's a hero, Paris, supposedly the fairest man on planet Earth, human. The wedding of Cadmus and Harmonia, the golden apple that Eris chucks in because she wasn't invited to the wedding, because who invites discord to a wedding, really? You know, he has to choose who to give the golden apple to, because she wrote on it, to the most beautiful goddess. Yeah, you know, the gods were like, go get a mortal. If he ends up as a pile of ash, you know, who cares? Well, this was the gods at the time. So major life-changing decision. Yes, this could be between 2 people. This could be whatever, but this appraisal within you, that does make sense. Do you know your worth? Will you settle for less? Can you bring your heart into harmony and balance? Are you willing to give harmony and balance here by being authentic? Or is there an attachment to money and power with one person that were you to walk away, your dependency on them, you would be rejecting it, but it would really free you up electromagnetically, let's put it that way. So think, right? Loving Aphrodite, wise Athena, Hera, power, right? A wise, loving, empowered decision. I mean, it could be about anything, really, with that harmony angel there. But, you know, we still got 3 more cards to go. And that Whispers of Love Oracle is after this one. And that will usually spill the tea across the table into the camera and into your eyes and ears. Please take a nice deep breath as we do the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn. No bookie book this time. I'm trying to limit the amount of bookie book readings I do on my channel per reading. We're saving that for the Blessed Bee Oracle at the end. So the Healing Mantra deck by Matt Kahn, the voices of the Ascended Masters, and we're going to go ahead and say soul contract, but might not be. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, but they're saying pretty much it is. Yeah, because even if you're dealing with a femme fatale, right? Think Morticia Adams, Elvira, you know, Lily Munster, Mata Hari. I mean, we got Black Widow, right? Good old Scarlet Scarjo. I really would love to read her cards. I really, really would. Anyway, and her and Chelsea Handler. Well, I could name a bunch of them too. Margaret Cho, Kathy Griffin. I would love to read all of them. Anyway. So let's see what the Ascended Masters have to say. And this will be the healing mantra, particularly because you're an air sign. Mantras, verbal mantras, mental mantras going to be very helpful. Please take a nice deep breath. They were just giving me like the ticker tape feed for you guys today. This is a really effortless read. Please, my Ascended Masters of Soul contracts, 1 card in clarity for the Gemini Collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, please. What is the perfect healing mantra for them to alchemize, shadow work this femme fatale in the 8th with the healing angels of harmony they need to call upon? This appraisal, knowing their own worth. Looking back and seeing perhaps the larger, or how certain seeds have come to bloom, and making this life-changing decision with the Lovers on the outer. Please, their perfect healing mantra for this full moon in Aquarius, waning to new in Leo. Resolving anger sounds like shadow work to me. Conflict reminds me when I need more space for myself. Boom. Why wouldn't ya? because you need that space to understand your worth. Yes, it might be an internal contemplation of, is this worth it? Which is the one that has the best worth for me. But the thing is, if there's an unhealthy attachment to money and power, maybe someone has that attachment to you. Maybe you have an attachment, you know, staying in the relationship. And by the way, this need not necessarily be romantic for everybody. Could be a relationship with a corporation where your soul is being drained, right? You're just like, well, you can't drain the soul. You can't drain the ocean. But maybe there is a dependency there that is repressing you, particularly if you're a divine feminine. That doesn't necessarily mean a female completely, or however gender, whatever you identify as is cool with me. We're souls first, right? We're immortal beings without gender in the highest dimensions, higher-ish dimensions. But if you are being repressed, right, then you have the opportunity to Morticia Adams them. Or maybe you are dealing with someone in that situation. So conflict reminds me when I need space for myself. And Geminis, we share the planet Mercury. I'm speaking, I guess, for all Virgos, forgive me. Right? We're both ruled by Gemini. We could be you're the third house, self-expression, communication, right? It may not be your thing. However, I would certainly say that you will be communicating this, but your nervous system is overwhelmed. There's so much inner work. There's so much. See, it's not that you're creating your value, your worth within yourself. It's there. It's a question of really appraising it and seeing that whatever this situation is, if you do the internal work and bring yourself into mental, emotional harmony, this anger will resolve. Now, I will say, if you are an empath as well, you might be picking up on other people's unresolved anger and processing it on their behalf, which sounds so unfair. But you get the spiritual growth, knowledge, and expansion. They don't. So they're serving you in a way. And certainly I know if I'm face to face with somebody or within, like, I don't know, 40 feet, that's usually just my normal walking energy around the world, and I'm feeling something I've really learned. Usually my guides give me a tap on the shoulder or something. It's like, this isn't all you're feeling. So then I walk away more than 40 feet. If you think of a level of the energy field being 40, right, 40 feet in diameter, yeah, then 20 and 20. Get that extra inch there. And if it disengages, you go, okay, part of this is me, but a lot of it is them, then understand that you need to rest, right? You need to take space for yourself. And then, by the way, with the Healing Angel of Harmony, you can find ways of expressing that anger through creativity. Maybe you throw some pots, I mean, with clay, right? Throwing pots and pans, but, you know, maybe do some clay work, some writing, some movement. Like, not all creativity is performative, like the performing arts. I dance it out. Sweat Your Prayers, Gabrielle Roth, brilliant book. But it could be anything. Chop wood, carry water. Some people diffuse that energy to cleaning their house, usually Cancerians. So to resolve that anger, you need space for yourself, and by all means, what better way to get that interior stuff looked at than to pull back and do exactly that. Take space for yourself. All right, I got the party turner deck in my hand, and thence the party was turned. The Whispers of Love Oracle, Voices of the Higher Selves. Please take a nice deep breath. Yeah, this is a long one for a Gemini. Usually you guys are fast, but they're telling me to take my time because this is pretty key. Here we go. I call to the higher selves of all involved. 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above the Gemini collective. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, please, through the Whispers of Love Oracle. What is the Whisper of Love they need? The piece of information, inspiration, or insight most needed by this Gemini collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading, alchemizing the Femme Fatale with the Healing Angels of Harmony, internal appraisal, major life-changing decision with the Lovers on the outer, resolving anger, really telling them to take some space. What you got for them, higher selves of all involved? Bring us some clarity for them. This full moon in Aquarius, waning to new in Leo. Back to what you love. your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. You don't have to rush this. You could certainly communicate with people and say, I'm in a new phase of my life. I'm dealing with some life decisions, and I'm going to want to make the most loving, wisest, most empowering decision. But understand that doesn't mean other people are going to see it that way necessarily. If you are indeed choosing between two people, this is really saying you get the opportunity here to reevaluate, essentially reappraise what is truly a match to your soul's worth. Right? And if it is a romantic thing, as that romance card popped out, which I'm going to say that's probably for the majority of people because it popped out before the prayer was said. But to really understand, there is no true love without truth, right? So that has to start with you. You can't kind of futz around if there's an unhealthy attachment to money and power there, and an inappropriate use of sensuality in that way would be like seducing somebody to get their money, right? And that you can't bring that into true love. You need to clear that up. And again, somebody might be doing that with you. See what's there. Like, forget about second sight, first sight. See what's there, right? Huge. Great big huge. And are you kidding me? How many people on the planet are going through that right now? Just breaking codependent bonds left, right, and center. And if you do it through shadow work first, I'm not going to say it'll be easier on the outer, but you'll be on much firmer ground. Last card down, the Blessed Be. I love this. The mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empower. And I would say, since this is really a throat chakra card, let's see what the pantheons of all cultures have to say. In other words, I'm not limiting it just to the Celts here. Please take a nice deep breath, although they all have a hand in it. And I got news for you. There's a higher dimension. I don't know if it's probably closer to the 12th dimension, where all pantheons are one pantheon, and then it all goes into the divine singularity. Please take a nice deep breath. Interesting. I don't know how helpful it is. Here we go. All right. The pantheons of unity. That's a nice way to say it. All cultures, all creeds, all lineages. Please, one card in clarity for the beloved Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. What is the blessing that you have already placed upon them in this situation they find themselves in, that they just need to come into alignment because it's there. It's like a signal that's in the air. They just need to sort of tune the dial to it, tune to that station with this Femme Fatale that they need to alchemize so that they can highlight the erotic energy of the feminine and open hearts when dependency is projected, working with the healing angels of harmony, Seven of Pentacles, internal appraisal of their own worth. That's coming across strong, but that might all has to be in relationship to something in the outside world where a major life-changing decision is on the table for them as they resolve anger. Conflict, there's a conflict here, reminds them when they need more space for themselves so that they can really get back to what they love, their current situation, giving them the opportunity to reevaluate what they want. What is the blessing that you have already placed upon them? Please leave the card in my hand for this full moon in Aquarius to new moon in Leo. A blessing on a homecoming. Somebody's coming home. Which means somebody left. And somebody's coming home, whether this is you or somebody else. Card number 44. Here we go. And I just need the magnifying glass for the intro because it's in microscopic italic. And I got my blessing cords on, so this is for real. Please take a nice deep breath. I'll go nice and slow on this. Breathe this in, my beloved gems. Card number 44. A blessing on a homecoming. A blessing for a person who is returning home after a time far from their family, friends, customs, and communities. Homecoming is often anticipated as a kind of perfection the imagined cocoon of comfort we visualize returning to, the embrace of mother's arms, the sounds of voices you know like your own, the welcoming hearth in front of which the tales that create family and bonds will be told once more. When you return. But often homecoming can be a collision between the imagined home we foresee ourselves returning to, which is in truth a living thing. That's interesting. And thus will have gone through its own evolution during our absence. And likewise, we have been changed during our time in the world. And so our coming home can highlight our own new and untested difference. Right? Feel it out. Go, it's not the place I left. Yeah. For the returned veteran, the seeing of their old self in the concerned eyes of relatives, for the new mother holding a child in her arm, her homecoming can be a sense of seeing the home through new eyes. Or the traveler home from true adventure. Coming home can seem ordinary, a return to an unwanted reality of jobs and bills. To a pilgrim child, coming home can be a time of safety after a chaotic time of self-discovery and hardship. Whatever brings us home, it never brings us back the same as who we were when we left its borders. For home is comfort while on the road. It too was quietly changing. A lot has changed on your journey. Now, again, Hermes just poking me in the back of the head, just a poking you. You know, you're travelers. You know, Gemini, mutable air. You guys can move around the world in the blink of an eye with your mind, right? So the journey that you've been on, you had to go on. And that's why I feel like they keep saying it over and over. It's like, look back at all you've been through. Yes, your whole life. But particularly in this situation and in this relationship, even if you don't actually return to some physical, literal address somewhere, this can be really about returning to a sense of home within yourself, this appraisal, and then making the decision to abide by that in some way. And I would say if you are choosing between two people, go for the one that feels like home in the heart, right? Because with that card of harmony, you are worth. Everybody is worth that. But not everybody is willing to do the work. Here's the actual blessing. I know that was just description. Oh, and there's more, but I think we're on the right track here, great travelers. Breathe. Give me the power they need on this. The blessing is for your homecoming, for it is to be one which is open to who you have become, joyous in the discovery of the changes you have made willingly, understanding of the hurts that may have happened along the road and the paths your journey took you down. May you bring to your home the light of your soul, and let your presence illuminate the home, making it new and warm once again for those who have waited for you to return. Let everything be familiar and soothing, yet no longer memory's gift or nostalgia's promise. May home be full of smiles and embraces and warmth, but most of all, a sense of your place being finally filled, because the truth is that your home was no longer truly home without you. And only your return has filled the void. Let home's sanctuary bless you with the safest place on earth. And let the home be filled with the laughter and love of kin and friend, until you can integrate who you have become while you were away with who you are now that you have returned. May your homecoming be blessed. May your homecoming be blessed with the open arms of those who have missed you. And let the rediscovery of you outshine who you once were. A blessing, dear friend, wanderer, on your homecoming. May it bring gladness to your soul. Blessed be. Gemini. Gemini. You communicate as needed to people. It's what you do. Third house. You really got to look inside your own heart and find the harmony there, that I will be okay no matter what I do, so I might as well really know my worth. Someone's waiting for you. All right? Whether or not they're ready is another thing, but that's why even if this is going home to what? Resolve your anger, conflict, reminding you when you need space for yourself. I'll put it together in the blessing, but it's a general read. Again, if this is not about a romantic thing for everybody, this could be about anything. But nonetheless, there's a home calling to you, and maybe that is the home of your higher self, your internal. Well, the kingdom of heaven is within the heart, right? Regardless of culture. Please take a nice deep breath. As I call upon my beloved pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters, the higher selves of all involved, please, may the Gemini collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs be blessed with all that they need this full moon Aquarius, waning to new in Leo, so they can do the shadow work needed to do the appraisal within themselves, to know their own worth, to know that they are worth the world that they have traveled. So that they can really get back to what they love, this current situation, giving them the opportunity to reevaluate what they want with a blessing on their homecoming. Whether retreating to a home within themselves, within an actual space, maybe a traveling to an ancestral home, a family home, to do this reevaluation, or to return to perhaps to someone who is like home to them with this major life decision that they're making. May they make the wisest, most loving, empowered decisions here, working with the healing angels of harmony to help them come into balance and bring balance and harmony to themselves and hopefully to all involved, alchemizing the femme fatale in whatever way, shape, or form it appears in their life, highlighting the erotic energy of the feminine, opening their heart when their dependency is rejected so they can resolve their anger in this situation. Conflict, reminding them when more space is needed for themselves so that they can heal, so they can alchemize, so they can forgive themselves, everyone involved eventually, one step at a time. Bring harmony to themselves and to this world. And make the most loving, wise, powerful decision they can, knowing their worth for their well-being, for the well-being of all involved, even if some people don't like it, and ultimately for the well-being of all who wander, yet are not quite lost. So motivate. So it is. I don't need to bop to that one with the music. A lovely read. You want to go deeper on this? I'll give you a soul contract to read. Find me. Find me on social media, as I said before. And if you like, go check out my book, Words of Grace. Because if we knew our own worth from jump, nothing would stop us. But nobody gets it like that, right? We have to go through conditioning and the healing process. So good luck on your alchemy. And I don't mean like, good luck on your alchemy. I mean, good luck on this. Do it. You're worth it. Obviously. I'm wishing you the very best and very blessed of this full moon in Aquarius, waning to new in Leo. My beloved Geminis, remain not just outrageous, not just truly outrageous, truly, truly, truly outrageous. Hail, farewell, and blessed, blessed be.